Imagine this. You're standing at the edge of a crowded room, surrounded by people you don't know. The hum of conversation is all around you, yet you feel a knot in your stomach. Your palms are sweating, your heart is racing, and the thought of approaching someone fills you with dread. You know you have something valuable to say, but fear holds you back. Now, what if I told you that this fear, this anxiety, can be easily conquered? What if I told you that some of the greatest minds in history, men like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, dealt with the same fears? But instead of letting these fears control them, they harnessed powerful techniques to speak with confidence. Techniques grounded in the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. Today, I will share with you 5 Stoic techniques that will not only boost your confidence in conversations, but will also help you navigate social interactions with ease, grace, and poise. These techniques aren't just theoretical. They are real, actionable steps that you can apply today. And by the end of this speech, you will feel equipped to face any conversation with newfound confidence. Technique 1. Control your inner dialogue. The only thing you control is your own thoughts. Let me start with an intriguing thought. What if the root of your anxiety in conversations isn't the fear of others, but the fear of what you tell yourself about others? The first technique is about mastering your inner dialogue. The Stoics teach us that the only thing truly within our control is our own thoughts and reactions. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." The next time you're in a conversation, try this. Before speaking, take a deep breath and focus on your thoughts, not on the judgment you imagine others are making. Are you telling yourself that the person you're about to speak with is intimidating or unapproachable? Are you thinking, "Oh, what if I say something stupid?" Stop. Instead, remind yourself that you are in control of how you perceive the situation. Rather than fearing what others might think, focus on your values, your purpose, and your message. This shift in mindset will give you the clarity to speak from a place of inner strength, not fear. Technique 2. Practice negative visualization. What's the worst that can happen? Now, let's turn to the second Stoic technique, negative visualization. This may sound counterintuitive, but bear with me. The Stoics practiced imagining the worst-case scenario, not as a form of pessimism, but as a way to prepare for and diffuse anxiety. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, famously said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." When you're faced with the prospect of a tough conversation, instead of worrying about what could go wrong, visualize it. Picture the worst possible outcome. Maybe you stutter, maybe the conversation is awkward, maybe you feel embarrassed. Here's the twist. When you embrace this worst-case scenario in your mind, you realize something powerful. The worst is rarely as bad as you imagine. By accepting the potential for failure, you free yourself from the fear of it. In fact, the mere act of embracing discomfort reduces the power of fear over you. Think about it. If you've already mentally prepared for the awkwardness, you are less likely to get thrown off by it when it happens. This practice builds resilience and helps you stay calm, no matter what happens. Technique 3. Focus on the present moment. What is, is. Let me ask you this. How often have you found yourself in the middle of a conversation, yet your mind is somewhere else? Maybe you're worried about what the person will think of you, or perhaps you're already formulating your next response instead of truly listening. This leads us to technique number 3, the power of present moment awareness. The Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of focusing on the present moment. As Epictetus wisely said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." And one of the best ways to embody your Stoic practice in conversation is by being present. Instead of focusing on the outcome or worrying about the impression you're leaving, simply listen. Focus on the other person, what they're saying, and how they're feeling. The moment you stop worrying about yourself, you open up space to genuinely connect with others. When you approach conversations in this way, something amazing happens. You stop being self-conscious. You start being more authentic and engaged. People respond to that energy. They feel valued, heard, and respected, and guess what? This naturally makes you more confident. Technique 4. Accept that you cannot control others. What others think is not your concern. Now let's talk about the fear of judgment. This is something everyone struggles with, especially in social situations. The Stoics teach us an essential truth. You cannot control what others think of you. Marcus Aurelius in his Meditations said, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." What he's saying here is that your life is short. You don't have time to worry about others' opinions because, at the end of the day, the judgment of others is beyond your control. When you internalize this truth, it removes a massive weight off your shoulders. You stop seeking validation from others, and as a result, you become free. You no longer need to perform, pretend, or sell yourself to others in conversation. You just are. Next time you feel the pressure of someone's gaze or the fear of what they think, remember, it's none of your business. You are free to express yourself authentically without the burden of external validation. Technique 5. Cultivate courage. The only way to become brave is to be brave. Now let's close with one of the most powerful Stoic principles of all: courage. The Stoics didn't shy away from discomfort, they leaned into it. To become a confident speaker, you must have the courage to speak, even when you're scared. As Seneca puts it, no man is free who is not master of himself. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's taking action despite fear. The more you practice courage in conversation, the more natural it will become. Start small. Engage with strangers. Speak up in meetings. Ask questions in social settings. Each time you take that step forward, you reinforce your belief in yourself and your ability to handle any social situation. Real-life examples of courage in conversation are everywhere. Think of great orators like Winston Churchill, who delivered powerful speeches in the face of adversity, or even someone like Steve Jobs, who presented groundbreaking ideas with unwavering confidence. They weren't born confident. They practiced courage over and over, in both small and large ways. Conclusion: full circle. Now, as we wrap up, let's revisit that initial scenario: the crowded room, the sweat on your palms, the racing heart. By applying these 5 Stoic techniques, controlling your inner dialogue, practicing negative visualization, being present, accepting others' judgments, and cultivating courage, you can transform that moment of fear into a powerful opportunity for connection. The Stoic path is not about eliminating fear. It's about facing fear with wisdom, strength, and grace. As you practice these techniques, remember that confidence is not something you either have or don't have. Confidence is a skill, a muscle that strengthens with every conversation, every uncomfortable moment, and every act of courage. So the next time you find yourself standing at the edge of a room, remember, you are ready. You have the power to speak. With confidence, clarity, and poise, the only thing you need to do is take that first step. Thank you.